Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Consult Connect. So, at this stage, I think there must be a million different questions in your mind on how to ace the month long consult process and how to go about everything till Daisy. So, to help you with this, today we have three alumni who've been there and aced the complete process. So, we have Vatsal from Accenture Strategy, we have Jatin from BCG, and we have Harshi from McKinsey. So thanks a lot, guys, for joining us today. So I think to start off, what I'd really want you all to share is what your case prep strategy was. So maybe Vatsal, you could take the lead on this and we could go around the room.
Sure. Thanks, Anushka. Hi, everyone. My strategy for consult prep was to start with, you go to seniors who you've interacted with before, for other purposes like CV making, etc. This may be your Disha mentors, or maybe your ex-college seniors or your club committee seniors, etc. You go to them to learn about the basics of consulting. How MECE works, what are the basic frameworks which frequently get asked, like your profitability and market entry, etc. So you started get accustomed to the frameworks, etc., to know what are the basics and how you should approach any given case. So that was the first level, and then once you get comfortable, you start going to other seniors. So for me, I went to my CSC seniors first. Then I went to my undergrad seniors, so I am from BITS Pilani, so I went to BITSian's seniors on campus, and then later on went to others, like there were other who I did cases with and practiced on different types of cases, and that is how I tried to build my the complete preparation for my consult interviews.
Great. So I think that covers a lot of what I think many kids wanted to know. Personally, I've always felt that the buddy process was like a really helpful element of the whole consult prep journey. So I do like you all to pitch in here. Maybe Jatin, you could tell us your 2 bits and then we could go around the room.
You want to understand about the buddy prep, right?
Yeah, any tips for the juniors?
Yeah, I mean it's again it's a buddy process, and what a lot of people do is that they just think about it as a source where they can get good cases. That's one way to look about it, but it's also an insight into getting to understand the company better. These people are actually representative of the company, working on the cases that these companies are actually working on. So it's actually a very good insight about getting to know which industries these companies are working with, which sectors they're very well, placed at. Not all of the companies, that come on campus are equally well spread out. So you might want to understand which are the sectors that they're looking at. Secondly, you can also understand more about, how each of these firms are differentiated, or how the buddy thinks that they are differentiated coming from his experience. So that also adds a lot of value. And something that I personally felt should also be done is that we should always be proactive. This is somebody who's working there in the zone, spending all those goddamn hours that we think are very, very long and very hard, but they're also trying to figure out town for you. So you should always be very proactive. Try to set a cadence with them. Be very proactive in asking, when is the next time we can connect, or when's the next time we can connect. Appreciate that the time that they're taking out, and always try to get the maximum out of their time. So that's something that you can definitely begin with. I'm sure Vatsal and Harshi can also add to this.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with Jatin that at the end of the day, you have to be proactive and you need to show interest, because the person who's been allotted to you is also working on a live case as we speak. So the onus is on you to reach out. And the other thing that I would add is that don't be afraid of reaching out to any person that you want to in the firm. You might connect with your buddy immediately. You might not connect with your buddy, like Vatsal mentioned in the previous answer. You might connect with an undergrad senior more, because you would have more common ground to share. But at the end of the day, even as happens in the real consulting world. Help comes to you when you ask for it. So the more you are proactive in finding the right person for you, you will get the right answers, and you will find your calling. So just like make that journey your own. Yeah.
I just give one life hack when it comes to buddies. Please find people the same buddy as you. It will help a lot to understand what he's thinking, etc., and find out some answers which you might otherwise. So it's just a hack, nothing else.
Amazing. I think one more aspect that these kids are really apprehensive about. So we had the whole dinners process, which was we got a chance to even interact with partners and things like that. However, these kids are going to have it completely online, virtually. So maybe again, any of you who'd like to pick this up, how exactly do you think any do's and don'ts maybe should see PGP 36 deal with the virtual company interactions?
I can take this one.
Sure.
Yeah. See, I understand that the interaction would be online, and that is a real hindrance. But the strategy will still remain the same. Your idea is to let them know that you are interested in them, and also understand from their perspective that what should be interesting to you. So that way, you should always be listening very proactively to them. Think about what are they talking about, what are the things that they drive. They will share a lot of stories, they will share a lot of live interactions that they have with clients. That's the things that you want to pick out, right? That's what drives the interest for you in that company. On the second hand, you also have to be proactive in asking the right questions. You of course have a lot of questions that you want to get answered, but ensure that you have some good questions that you want to ask. What a good question would mean is that either you want to understand from a particular partner who's present in the pool that what is it that's driving the sector for them, or what is it the company's thought process about this particular phenomenon. So let's say there's a lot, simply every company would have something to say about COVID, how it's impacting the economy, how it's impacting the job market, how it's impacting the general public. So you can ask these questions and what is the thought process. Good things to ask, but you can be more specific than this. That's one definite thing that you should be doing. More from Harshi and Vatsal, I guess.
Yeah, I think just adding on to what Jatin said, that if you do your homework well, and if you read about who's coming, that might be a good cue to start from, whether you find aligned interest. And secondly, you'll be remembered if you share like a specific detail. So if you like don't ask questions for the sake of it, just to like mark your presence, because then everybody will do that, and personally you don't take away much from that experience. But if you find something which is personal to you and you genuinely think that the person would answer that correctly, please do that. Also, as per the online setup, I think we all had virtual trainings. We just joined and everything was online for us. So we're all in the same boat. So you don't have to feel apprehensive about it. The entire HR, everybody is managing it. Just be proactive, keep your videos on at all times. If they're asking you to annotate on screen or, do anything, just if you sort of make it interactive, I'm sure it will be like a seamless experience. Even in dinners, we used to huddle around the partners trying to get a chance to speak. So I think it's pretty much the same only. So don't think that, you're going to lose out on something. If you are interested, you will end up taking away from the process. Yeah.
I think it's very well covered by both of them. I don't have much to add here. I'll just say, please don't go overboard with the questioning if you don't have genuine questions. It will create a very wrong impression. It's better to stay quiet than ask a very stupid or a desperate question, I would say. That's it.
So I think the message is pretty clear out there that no DCP, but ask genuine questions so that you have some takeaways from there. Great.
There's one more thing, and I don't know how much of this would be carried out, but we used to have these, like Harshi said, we try to get around the partners and like get their insights. I think there'll be breakout rooms on Zoom or wherever. And what we meant, all three of us said that don't be very desperate in those sessions, because then somebody's actually spending time with you, and if you end up asking a very DCP oriented question, it's not going to help. So for those sessions, definitely be well prepared. which, like Harshi said, be prepared, be mindful of who's coming, so you have an understanding.
Yep, totally agree with that. I think the last question that we had here was, how do you manage all this all together? You have buddy processes going on, you have your case prep, then of course the millions of quizzes that keep popping up every day. So maybe Harshi, you could take the lead on this and tell us how you managed it all.
Sure. So I think this exciting time teaches you 80/20 pretty well. That please, please, please prioritize. A 10-mark quiz is not going to change your life. So don't keep that expectation from yourself to exceed in everything. Don't become a super alpha in that sense. Be mindful of your journey. So every Monday or every 4 to 5 days, have your plan of the week ready, and please learn to prioritize what is more important. Like everybody else mentioned, your buddy call takes first precedence because a working individual is taking out time for you. And all of these are time dependent things. So do that. If you have a mandatory session to attend, again, you can't let go of those things, do that. On the academics bit, what I would suggest is that if you've had enough sleep, just be mindful in class. If you take notes, I think your midterms and end terms are going to be sorted. Little quizzes here and there, learn to like let go, think of the longer run. You will get ample terms to cover up your grades. So I'm not saying don't study, but like be smart in your studying approach. And lastly, if you're preparing for like multiple domains at one time, ensure that you've spoken to your Disha mentors, you've spoken to other CPO holders on campus or other alums on campus, and understand where you are putting time into. So by the time you have just say one shortlist of a particular industry, again, it's time to let go and focus on where you have realistic chances. So just having that conversation with yourself every 4 to 5 days is very important, that you don't end up losing track of what's happening around you, because crazy exponential level things will keep on happening. So just like don't lose track.
Sure. Vatsal, Jatin, anything you'd like to add here?
I think Jatin might have a different opinion on the academics part. So I'll just give my suggestion. As Harshi said, prioritization is very, very important. See where you want to, prioritize your time. Basically, time management. This is nothing else but time management. Because see, everyone has the same time in the day. It's how you utilize it. Prioritize your buddy processes. Prioritize your case preps. Prioritize your in general summer preps. ACADS. I think even if you attend all the classes and you pay attention in those classes, I think you're good to go for the first term. I don't think you need to stress too much on your ACADS. We are not used to, just taking quizzes lightly. Please do that. It's okay, because we have enough quizzes for the next 2 years, so that the first term you can just focus more on your summers, because that is a more long lasting thing than your grades. So yeah, that's how I would put it.
Great. So I think we have come to the end of this episode of Consult Connect. I think you guys have given us some really good insights. Hopefully, these will answer a lot of the questions that PGP 36 had. Thanks a lot, all three of you, for taking out time and being a part of this episode. Thank you so much, guys.
All the best to all the candidates.
All the best. Take care.
Thank you. All the best, everyone. Thank you.